Who doesn't love a good revenge story? This is the epic conclusion of the first volume of The American Vampire. If you want to see more, let me know in the comments below. Now let's get into it because there is a lot to cover, and I mean it. Alright, let us begin. Because Pearl and her love interest James are looking to get revenge. And that will require a lot of wood. Matter of fact, Pearl ripped her dress because she knew this mission will require a whole lot of violence and she didn't have the time to look pretty. As soon as they had enough wood, they set off because the vampires would never expect this attack. You see, they thought they won. They were comfortable, drinking on blood and chilling till she pulled up, wielding a wooden scythe. She was ready to split everybody here in half. They were like, bruh, you came to your own death willingly? Are you mad? She said, of course I'm mad. Come get this. The battle was quicker than you think. They were skilled, of course. They were vampires, but they could never be compared to Pearl. Pearl was new. Pearl could not even be hurt by wood. While these guys, not only could they be hurt by wood, even Henry was putting them down like flies. The biggest threat in the room saw Pearl and was like, bruh, I remember eating you. You tasted sweet like honey. With the sword, he charged at Pearl, but she sidestepped him and bit his throat clean off like, bruh, you taste like shit. Last time they were big men, but now they were little boys. Even the leader tried to threaten the safety of Henry, but Pearl was not weak. Matter of fact, she had a plan. Using her scythe, she threw it directly at the window, knowing full well it was tinted. The sun came in and roasted him. He was dust in seconds. What a shame it was. They were once strong and powerful vampires, but because of this next generation, they were rendered utterly useless. But Pearl was not done with her revenge. She had someone to kill, and this person deserved death more than any. Finding her was not difficult. She was a superstar now. Everyone knew her name, which is why Pearl decided to play it cool. She wanted, or rather acted like she wanted a signature, but even then she did not expect what was to come. Her former friend was now a vampire as well, and a new gen in fact. With glowing golden eyes, she attacked Pearl, slashing at her. The only reason Pearl was actually surprised was because she didn't expect it, but this girl was pathetic. She wanted to be Pearl so bad, she took the knife she stabbed Pearl in the heart with and injected the blood into her own system just to be as powerful, just to be as young forever. She claimed Pearl was weak, but Pearl was not weak. She was just hiding it. She was a demon low-key. With one slash, she pushed her back, and Pearl leaped into the air and sucked her dry, rendering her very much powerless. She said, you were supposed to be my friend, and you did this to me, did this to innocent people. You wanted a star. Now I'm going to feed it to you. Bruh, she stuffed the golden star inside her mouth, ripping her apart. This is exactly when Pearl realized the weakness of the new gen vampires. Gold. Only gold could put them down. After this, the deed was done. Pearl was happy. She had Henry. She had eternal youth. The only thing that could make this day better was if she had peace. But sadly, she could feel it. Someone was here. Her creator was here. She thought he was planning to kill her, which honestly he was. But he liked her energy. He wanted her to come with him. But Pearl was in love, so he decided to let her be because he had other plans. And we see what one of those other plans were, because at this exact same moment, the author was telling that man to shut up or leave. Let him complete his story. Let him tell his truth. And in the crowd, Skinner was listening to this story. He was listening to the story of his life, and this was his best part. He loved to hear that Book was suffering. He loved it with all of his heart. So much so, he wanted a treat. Taking the hand of the guy who sat next to him, he started to bleed him right there and then, like a movie snack. Listening to how Book was fighting his very nature, feeding on rodents like an animal, a once noble man brought to his knees by a curse. We see how Book went to every doctor he could find, but they had no solution for this. Other people will see this ability as a gift, but this was a curse. Book did not want to live like an animal. The only person who could be confident in his presence was his goddaughter. She was the only one who cared for him. They both only had each other, and she honestly loved him. But he could not do this to her. He was not a man. He was a freak of nature. He told her to leave his presence, which broke her heart. But he had no other choice. He could not stand the thought of killing her. And at this moment, Skinner was getting dug out. You see, the banker had new plans for this new generation of vampires. He thought he could make a deal with a madman, but he did not know Skinner, because Skinner did not give a fuck. He killed everyone, I mean everyone. And when he was done, he took their horse and said, time to go meet my maker. While Book was scaring everyone in the whole town, like a Rottweiler in his fence. He had made a choice to leave this world, and he only had one person he could trust with this, because he could feel it. The moonlight brought weakness, and this was the only possible time he could die. But before she could agree, she wanted something from him. While the deal was being made, Skinner was making a deal of his own. You see, the banker thought he could offer him land, a title, and that would be enough. But Skinner was an animal. He didn't give a damn about money. He just wanted revenge. He took the fat vampire to the sun, and he told him, fuck your millions. I just want to watch you die. I just want to watch you burn. While he died, Book was negotiating his own death, because all she wanted was a child. You see, she could not be left alone. She didn't want to. So she asked for them to lay together, and they did. But immediately after, he wanted to be put down. So with the gun, she did what she had to do. And a few months after, she had a child. She had life to take care of. She had a life to nurture. And she had a life to instill duty. Because we see in the future, Skinner is still alive. Matter of fact, Skinner left a letter written in the blood of the man who sat next to him. When the story was done, the letter was delivered. And it read, you are old, and I am young for eternity. I left you alive so I could watch you suffer and then die. What better revenge is there? Here's an autograph, you pathetic fool. Skinner was having the time of his life, but from the shadows, someone watched. From the shadows, someone plotted. Watch, my child. That is the man who destroyed your father. Not today, but soon. He is your destiny, and his life will be yours to take. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this video at this time. I appreciate you for being with me, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because remember, I drop a video every single day.